Best.
Yo, welcome to NS9 Live. I am your host, Anthony DiNardo. With me, as always, is my co-host, Tyler and Jim. What is up, everyone? Happy Thursday evening.
So happy to be here.
Extremely happy.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'll tell you what, I actually am happy to be here because it was looking like we're going to have Thursday night part 2 all over again. Last week, we were supposed to have Alex Stumpf on here, which we did until we didn't. My computer crashed. That didn't happen. And then news broke that he had to go attend to, obviously. And then Tyler decided he had to have some computer updates because he has Windows 97, 3.1.
I'm going to be honest. I don't know which one. I think it's Windows 10. I don't even know.
It's Windows 10.
Windows 95.
Runs terribly. That's all I know.
Perfect. So, hey, we made it. It's only 9:20. We're only 20 minutes late. It wouldn't be North Shore 9 if we were on time, right?
You're welcome, people.
So, I guess we kind of got a packed show tonight. We're going to do our over and unders. We're going to do the plank, which that series was between Ryan and I, but since Ryan no longer wants to be part of the North Shore 9, we're going to carry it over to us three.
Let's do it. I'm ready to
Okay.
I'm ready to take advantage of DiNardo's optimism.
I'm sure there's a few Chad Cole questions up the sleeve.
No, come on, guys. Come on.
Just all Chad Cool questions for DiNardo.
There are 3 people that believe in him.
All
Ron
10 of
Bunner,
them, 5 from
North
each person.
DiNardo, and his family.
Chad Cole, huh? What is going on? Anyways, all right. So I guess with that said, let's go ahead and kick this off here. I don't think there's too much that we want to talk about to begin the show, right? Our lives all suck. We're on here doing the show, right? Everything's good, normal. We can continue.
Everything's good, normal. We recorded a pretty cool podcast that'll come out on Sunday, so that'll be fun.
I see, Jim. All right. I guess we can tease that.
Yeah. You can tease it a little bit.
We'll do it at the beginning of the show this time instead of the end. So, yeah.
Why not both?
I'll tell you what, I'll let Tyler handle this. Tell him the good news, Tyler.
We had the Fort McHenry on, who I think surprised us all by being pretty transparent about everything. His career, the way the Pirates are right now, MLB negotiations, whatever it may be, Fort was willing to talk about it.
True. Yeah. And
it was good.
I agree. It'll be out on Sunday. Yeah. I think what you're going to see is we're going to get back into that routine, hopefully, having more guests on, maybe some future segments up here. We'll be doing our normal shows in the mornings and the evenings, and then maybe on Sundays, every other Sunday, something like that. We'll have another podcast out for you here and there with a special guest. So anyways, I figured let's go ahead and get into the segment here. So welcome to the plank. I don't know who gets to go first. We didn't talk or mention anything. Yes, I know if you're watching the stream, I don't know what's going on right now. But with that said, I don't know. I guess so. What's going to happen is we're each going to get 10 over and unders based on more or less Pirate performances this upcoming season. So I'll have 5 for Jim, 5 for Tyler, vice versa, just like that for each other. And more or less, we're going to determine who's the smartest Pirate fan. I know Tyler proved that in Jeopardy, but that was just by luck. This is the real skill. This is the real challenge. So at the end of the year, we'll find out who got more of these correct. And that's your real champion.
Yeah, I don't know if Tyler's proven it, but he lucked into it. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I'm not going to lie. I missed a lot of that because I was busy judging Donardo's terrible producer skills by watching the video right now.
It's not even, listen, it's not even producing skills. The producing is fine. It's the machine.
It's not even a video.
I legit, this is really pissing me off too. Like, you guys kind of know me to a degree. This really, like, inside, this is eats the hell out of me. And I mentioned it last week, I think, as well. I plan on getting a new Mac. I figured I'd have one this week for this show.
It's only been 3 weeks.
But that's the thing. It's purchased. It won't come until March 25th through 29th. So,
jeez.
Yeah. The Mac's
what happened
purchased.
To 1 day and 2 day shipping?
I mean, I guess it's 1 day, 2 day from the day it ships. So I guess March 24th it ships and it'll get here on the 25th.
Crazy.
I know, right? So yeah. So like I said, it's really pissing me off. I have no idea why my encoding's overloading right now. Bucko Mike says honky Harden, drunk Wags, and 13 athleticisms Donardo. I don't know what that means.
Not even drunk.
But
he can't see it because we're probably frozen right now, but water today.
It's not water.
And I like to bring that up just so that Donardo gets fuming.
Yeah, so anyways, enough of my terrible computer right now. To the plank we go. Who's going first?
Wait, so it's just one person gets to do the over-under, right?
Yeah, so like, Jesus, Jim.
All right. Explain it to me like I'm 5.
I swear I've had to explain this for like 3 weeks to these two. And today they still weren't sure what they were doing.
You act like we have the group chat unmuted.
You know what's funny, Tyler? You actually participated in this last year, I think.
You think I remember last year?
I believe I was.
I've been in a drunk haze for the past 3 years.
I remember it might have just been the over and unders on the NL Central teams. I remember that I had a week off and you filled in for me, and you and Ryan did over and unders.
Good Lord.
Because I even had your list up on the website. All
right. Well, speaking of the website, there's another thing I get yelled at about.
Yeah. When are you going to send me your bio? Speaking of a year, it's been about a year ago.
When I get
still no bio or picture.
Not everybody can sit there at home, play on their worthless computer, update the website. Some people have a real job.
Speaking of worthless computer, it's 2 of us in here.
All right. I'll just start it.
Okay.
And my first over-under is going to be for Mr. Tony Donardo. Chad Cole over-under 9 strikeouts per 9 innings.
Man, you're good. K per 9s.
Now, the reason I'm asking you this because I feel like it depends on how much time he spends in the rotation or in the bullpen.
That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. And I feel as if he'll be in the rotation exclusively as a Pirate. But that could change if he gets traded potentially. But 9's a stretch. Even for me.
I mean, he's typically like 8.5 in that ballpark.
Well, right. So like even for me, 9, he hasn't done that yet. I'm all about the Chad Cole hype train, so it's like it's close. And he's got a better defense behind him. So the K per 9-ish, right? He might actually, might work against him. Just because. Damn you, Tyler. I'm going to play the safe because I want to win. I'm going to be the smartest Pirate person in the world. I am going to go under because he's going to have 8.99.
I don't disagree with you at all. So I think he's in the 8s, but
Yeah.
9s.
Still a top
Not
50
quite.
pitcher doing that, though. So
It depends if he walks 5.
So I've got to cross that off my list. I actually had Chad Kuhl strikeouts per 9. I had it set at 8.79 though.
wow.
Oh, but I can
See,
go
I might have
round
been
numbers are
tempted to take
pretty.
the over on that one.
Well, good thing I jumped in first. Nobody else wanted to take it.
You know, I didn't think about
DiNardo,
this.
you go.
You know, Ryan and I really didn't have this issue before, but now there's 3 of us. It's quite possible. Question number 1: that 2 of us have the same thing, so we probably should have gotten like 12 just to be safe.
I did 12 to be safe.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so it's my turn. I'll go around the horn here. So Jim, you're up. My first over and under for you is your best friend, Jeff Hartley. He's talked his ish on the last regime. You know, he now knows how to utilize his pitches. He's got Oscar Marine under him. Jeff Hartley under over ERA of 3.999.
Um 3.999.
So again, I know you guys
I'm gonna go
are
Hartley.
very good friends.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say under 3.999, which means he's going to have a better ERA than that. I think he's in the 3s.
All right.
I think you're high.
No, he's low.
I think he's a 5 ERA guy.
No, I think he's in the 3s. I mean, projections have him mostly in like the 4.2s.
I think that's a good ballpark to have him at. He's not a good pitcher.
I think he could make his way into the 3s.
Go ahead and just put an asterisk there that says Tyler says absolutely hell no.
Well,
That's
when
okay.
I'm right and
on
you're
the page,
wrong,
we'll also have a
at the end
link
of
to
the
this podcast to go back and listen to as well.
Absolutely hell no.
All right. So let's go with Tyler. Let's go with Kevin Newman. Weighted runs created plus 89.5.
Ooh. I'm gonna go over. I think he's in the 90s. I don't think he eclipses 100. He's not going to be an above average hitting shortstop or player. I think you're looking at like a 283, 20, 420 kind of guy that probably puts you in the 90 to 95 ballpark. So that's where I'm at with him.
I like that too. I do.
God, I'm smart.
Just make sure you on the, you make sure put an asterisk that says I agree with Tyler on that one also.
All right, Jim. Here's one for you. This is in season. Pirates over 1.5 total Tommy John surgeries.
Oh my God.
So the ones
major leaguers, not minor leaguers.
So does like Cedarland count?
No. We'll go from here on now.
40-man roster count? Like if they're on the 40-man?
We'll go 40-man roster, yeah.
1.5.
Yep, that means you know what it means.
I know what it means.
I mean, he did go.
I guess I don't need to explain that.
I'm going to go with...
All it takes is 2. And they've already got one, so...
Well, we don't.
Well, I mean, technically,
he doesn't count, right?
He's going to have it.
Right, but does he count?
He doesn't count, but I'm saying that's already one that's chalked up. So
there would need to be 2 more, what you're saying.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go under.
I would say over just because of the year they're coming off of.
I'm going to say under just simply because we don't really have a lot of pitchers that fit the Tommy John stereotype, like those power arms.
There's Tommy John stereotype. Everyone gets it.
No, there's a stereotype. I think the people who throw hard are more likely to have it.
I'm waiting for like it's gonna be like Jacob Stallings has to get like Tommy John surgery this year, and that's how Jim loses.
That would suck if it's like a catcher. Yeah,
right.
No, I'm gonna go under. Yeah. All right.
Once again, Tyler disagrees with Jim.
That's tough.
Let's go with.
I would have to say I would play the odd to go the over on that too.
I think there's at least two more, I should say.
I was gonna say if we're counting Cedarland, I would say over, but if we're not counting him, then no. Okay. DiNardo.
Fair. Well, it's my turn. It's my turn.
No, it's my turn to ask.
No, it's my turn to ask.
You.
Tyler just asked.
We're
My
snake
turn to
drafting it,
ask.
aren't we?
Are we snake? Yeah, we're snaking.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, let's
Just
go
go
around.
around. Let's just go around.
Yeah, go ahead. That's good.
Yeah,
go
but-
ahead.
Whatever.
So you're
Making it so
asking.
confusing.
You ask Tyler now. Okay.
Yeah, I'm asking Tyler now. All right, Tyler. So I already
Yes.
asked Jim about his boy, which is more of a joke. I'll ask you about your boy. And we know you love him. So Colin Moran. Now this is where it gets tricky. Okay. I want to know the over and under of Colin Moran. 12.5 home runs, but here it is.
Over.
As a Pirate. Does he get traded
Over.
this year?
Over.
Does he get
He's going
traded?
to start hot. Even if he gets traded, I think he's in that ballpark close to the trade deadline. I mean, he might get moved in August. Who knows? Could be the.
But
Or
you
do they
can't.
have the second trade deadline? No.
Not anymore.
All the
Or-
rules change. You know what? I'm going to be like McHenry and just rant. We're changing too many rules.
Shh. Don't give it away.
Let's
I'm
see.
with
That would
Tyler.
put him.
I'm with Tyler.
I think he's at like 13, 14, maybe 7. But the over under on his home runs are 17 and a half, I believe, this year.
Yeah.
Steamers
yeah.
has
He's
him at
projected about
19, I
17.
believe.
Most have him about 17 or 18.
Okay. I'm going to go over. But he's also a dude that he could
He's
he could
never
get
hit more than
traded having
13.
5 homers. He could get traded having 5 home runs and then end up with like 20 after he gets dealt.
True. That's why I added a little caveat there.
He hits those things in bunches, so I'm leaning over.
Over. All right.
I agree with Tyler. All right, DiNardo, your boy, Gregory Polanco. Gregory Polanco, over under 19 and a half home runs for the season.
And it doesn't matter what team he's on. Oh, this is easy.
For the year.
Just 19 and a half. That's it, Jim?
19 and a
I
half.
thought you were going to have to make me think and like give me like 29 and a half. Just 19 and a half. Come on, man. All right. So Polanco could be injured on game 2, and Polanco could have Tommy John surgery. and Jim and I are both losing a question right here. Yeah. I mean, to be regional 19 and a half, that's tough. I think he could do it. Like, the thing about Polanco, even like last year, he's got the power. Like, all he needs to do is connect on like 19, 20, 20 baseballs, and they'll probably go out. If he doesn't connect, which is what he does. So I think I am going to go with the over. He's got to stay healthy. And the thing too, I mean, that a lot of those could be with another team eventually. Hopefully as well. I'm going to the over.
All right.
Is there an asterisk, Tyler?
No, I'm fine with it.
I just feel, like he could still be a below average player. He's going to be, he's like Adam Dunn light.
He could hit 30 home runs.
Right.
But he could also hit 2.
bat 220, and have a
I'm not
strikeout
gonna-
rate of 40%. and he's just a terrible version of Adam Dunn.
I had Gregory Polanco over under 100 WRC plus. So
Is that to me?
I would venture.
Well, you can.
No,
still
that's
keep
just that.
Yeah.
Well,
It's like, do I need to take the
throw it
over
out
on
there
that too?
for. You can think about it for a little bit, just. But I'll go to who am I on now? Donardo or Jim?
You are on
Me.
Donardo. This is your third
Donardo,
question,
okay.
right?
All right, Donardo. We're gonna go Travis Swaggerty over under 40 starts this year.
Okay. So was it Jim who brought this up 2 weeks ago? Were you the one who thought Swaggerty could get starts, or was it Tyler?
It was both of us, really.
Both. Was
I
Tyler-
said he's the second most. I think he is ends up being the second most valuable outfielder.
I think that was your bold prediction or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you made me think about that. So you say 40 games.
40 starts.
Well, starts. Okay, so that is a difference. Still though.
It's a little over about a month and a half, 2 months.
Right.
roughly.
It's like the
Probably
trade
2
deadline
months worth.
comes and he could slide right in. I'm still going to go under. Just simply for the fact that it's not good, but there's a lot of outfield options. I mean, obviously Brian Reynolds is penciled in. Polanco's penciled in for now. And then it looks as if Alford's there, but you still have Stokes. You still have Goodwin, who can play around everywhere. You still have Oliva. So I just feel like with the pecking order, he's still down there, and he still has to prove something. So I'm gonna go under on the 40 starts.
I think if I was betting, I would go under as well.
I think he ends up very close to 40. I don't know if I'd go over or under, but I think he at least gets a month worth of time.
And I was gonna say, if you said 20, I would probably think really hard about that. I think 40 it's easy to go on the under on that. Just too many people ahead of him, I feel.
Dork.
Oh, so it's my turn.
Who's up?
Okay, so then I guess this one's for Jim. Speaking of the outfield, and I don't know, there was an article that was just released. Jim brought it to our attention. So I think I might have to readjust this because I was going to ask you, Jim, you're over and under on Anthony Alford. Now I know that you're not interested in him at one bit. You don't believe in Anthony Alford one bit. So I was even going to, it's not even that intriguing. I was going to give you an over and under of a 0.8999 F WAR. Not even a full WAR, Jim. But the article you gave us today from Baseball America, it just came out tonight, says that he's going to be a breakout hitter this year. So now I'm like, should I add a 2 in front of that? But I'll keep it just for your sake. The over and under on Anthony Alford being a 0.899 F WAR for the season.
I'm going under.
He still goes under.
going under. I mean,
The
spring training has been great, but he still hasn't changed my opinion of him that he is a replacement level player. Sorry, Anthony Alford. That's what I think you are.
Is he even that?
Right. I mean,
in his
right.
career, no.
So I'm going under. Going under.
Damn. I was afraid you might even take the over. Like I was afraid you would say he's going to get enough games in and his defense, and like he'll just play his way to like 1 WAR. But even at that, you're like, nope.
That's hard to do.
I think it's possible, but I don't see it.
All right.
I hope he does. Like I hope he's good, but I don't see it.
He's not. Let's just be honest. He's not. He's bad.
All right, Jim, you're up.
All right. This one is for Tyler and his boy, Jacob Stallings.
Yeah.
Jacob Stallings. Over under 1.1 1.95 F WAR.
1.9. That means he's gonna have to hit like at a relatively okay major league level, and that's just not gonna happen. I'm gonna take the under on it. I just don't see the bat playing enough to get there. Like the defensive metrics can only carry you so far if you're like a 60 weighted runs created plus kind of guy, which that's where I see him 60, 70. He's a green buff.
He's a green buff.
But then I look back and I'm like, Chris Stewart was able to put up like one WAR back when they didn't even have catcher metrics really, but he also hit somehow. I'm still going under.
Interesting. All right, so it's funny. Yeah, we definitely should have got like 12 questions on this. I had a question for you. I'm just going to say it just to say it so it's out there and it's funny. You went by WAR. I went by Jacob Stallings' top 15.5 catchers in F4. So I'll take it out because basically you're telling me by F4 that he's not going to be that. Because at 15 in 2019 was, I think, 2 WAR. So that's kind of the same question. So I'll move on and find another one for you, Tyler.
I could be so wrong on that one. Just because catchers are so heavily weighted defensively, and they're just automatic like 1 WAR players.
What he has going for him though too is it's almost like last year. He's the guy. So many teams have 2 catcher systems where he's pretty much going to get the bulk of the starts.
The issue with him is that he sucks. Like at the plate, he sucks. Great defensive catcher. You got to throw him back there. But he can't hit.
Well, he's just going to prove you
sucks.
Wrong. He's just going to prove you wrong.
He can call a hell of a game and he can frame, and it's very important right now. But at the plate, he sucks.
I think Stallings is easily a 2-win catcher. So that's why I threw it in there. I didn't think Tyler was going to go over, but I think Stallings is going to go over. And DiNardo, you mentioned the reason he's going to get the playing time. He's going to catch 120 games this year. Like, because why wouldn't he?
Basically,
by doing that, and if he can put up a 80 weighted runs created plus, he's there.
That's how I felt. But I also know what Tyler's mind is. So that's why I even went to 15.5 because I was like, he's still going to take the under on that. But I have a good chance of winning that one still. But I'm with you. I just feel like he's going to get he's going to get the games. Like literally, he's just going to, as I mentioned about Alford, like Stallings could just be an 80 weighted runs created plus type of hitter, right? A cream puff, as Tyler would say, a little bit better than a cream puff. Like I feel he's more than Chris Stewart, but he's just going to play his way to 2 WAR almost easily in my mind. I mean, hell, he basically had it last year.
I could be wrong. There's a very good chance I'm wrong. And I'd be happy to be wrong on that one.
I don't know, though.
All right.
First, if we keep getting wrong, Pirates are winning 70-some games, and that's not good.
All right, so I'm on the Jimbo here. I'm not going over under here. Mitch Keller with a lower FIP than ERA.
That's interesting because one year it was
a big difference, and then the next year compared to his ERA.
And the next year was a big difference.
That gets real complicated.
You're saying what's lower?
The FIP or the ERA? Because he's one of them guys that looks pretty in the peripherals and then just doesn't miss bats. Except for last year.
I'm gonna say the FIP is better than the ERA.
Which also kind of goes against the defense being very good.
I think it's just I think he's going to strike people out. but he just for some reason, like, people are hitting him. People are hitting him. Like, he's getting strikeouts, but people are hitting him too. So I don't know what it is. Maybe it's I honestly have no idea what it is. But that I'm going to say the FIP's lower.
When they barrel him up hard.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it's often.
Yep. He either misses a bat or it's a hard barrel.
Albeit, too, yesterday's game was spring training and whatevs. But,
right.
You know, that's as Jim and I were talking about, at least they're doing the stuff that you want them to see in spring when stats don't matter. That's not what you want to see in spring, even though it doesn't matter. But, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I guess I'm up. I'll move over to Tyler, which it's you. It's not Jim. So I'll still ask this, and it's different. It's a Mitch Keller, and it's FIP. I'm not going to change all my questions, damn it. All right, so Mitch Keller, over and under 4.099 FIP.
Over. Decisive. I think he's 420.
Decisive.
I think Steamer has him at 420. I think that's about right.
Yeah, he was about 420 to the 430 range.
I think it's about right for him. And then I hope the ERA is not in the ballpark of 5 that I have a feeling it will be, but I would go over with the FIP too.
All right.
Once again, just doesn't miss enough bats for me.
I'm going to go with I would say the under, just because I don't think the ERA is going to be that bad. Like, I don't think it's going to be I think the ERA will be in the 4s. But I think the FIP will be in the 3s.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think the like that 4.1, that's fair to me. Especially like so far what we're seeing and from last year. He could be a great pitcher though.
Sure hope so. Lots riding on it.
Right. All right, Jim, you're up.
All right, for DiNardo. Let's see what we got. O'Neal Cruz. Over under.
Under.
3.5 home runs.
In PNC Park?
For the Pittsburgh Pirates.
I mean, for real? O'Neal Cruz? The guy who's 1 for 20
yeah,
right
O'Neal
now?
Cruz. Yeah, 3.5 home runs.
3.5 home runs? Damn.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be 3.5 games.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, 3.5 home runs.
Well, mark this up for a W. Under.
All right.
I hope he plays in like one game and hits 4 home runs.
He gets called up the last game of the year and just goes 4 for 4 with 4 bombs.
That's it. That's how I'm gonna. Jim's losing on Jacob Stallings, Tommy John, and I'm losing O'Neal Cruz going 4 for 4 with 4 home runs. One's gonna be an inside the park too. Yeah, I just it's almost like the Swaggerty thing. I mean, first off, he's just so raw still. And I know, again, we're talking about spring, but I mean, like 1 for 20, like clearly he's still got some work to do. And like the pecking order, like who, not that anyone's good, right? Again, like we're not saying like he's blocked by any means or he's superstars, but where is he really getting the playing time? I mean, you got Newman, you got Frazier for now. There's Tucker, there's Gonzalez, you got Castro. I don't know. Like, you know, I just don't feel like he's making it at all this year. So to me, even the 3.5 games, I was going under. I mean, you didn't even say the question, and I said under.
Okay. All right. No, I disagree. I think he's up for probably at least a month. I think he at least plays all of September.
Interesting.
I don't see it.
I don't see why not.
I'm up on DiNardo, right?
Yeah.
Sounds about right. All right, DiNardo. Kevin Newman. Over under 13 stolen bases.
Ooh.
He had 0 last year and 15 the year before.
Right. That is good. Because I think like we kind of talked about this, Jim. He's not like the burner on the bases. So he's not going to get if he gets on base, he's stealing. Like he can steal bases, but he's also got to get on base. And as Jim brought up,
he was decent in the minors. Like his full AAA season, I mean, he stole 28 bases.
Right. It just doesn't seem like that's really like his skill right now. Like it's not like it's Marte, where Marte could have like a 310 on base and he's stealing 40 of them. But like even with Kevin Newman, as Jim said, he's a little bit encouraged, right? I think the batting average is there. Maybe he's got a better look, as Sunday's podcast might tell you by a certain guest. Maybe a little different approach. Maybe he's laying off on some pitches. So I think he might get on base enough to get. That's still
13's not that much.
It's not that much, but we're also talking about a guy who had a 281 on base last year, and he had 12 and 19 with a 353 on base. I'm going to just screw it. Let's just go over. Let's have fun.
It's 16 and 19.
He had 16 and 19.
We were both wrong. I said 15, so
I don't have glasses on and I don't really need them, but it's this I guess I need them.
So you're going over.
I'm going to go over. Yeah.
See, I think I would say under, and I think it has something to do with this new regime. I don't know. I think there may be like a philosophy shift here. Last year, the team only stole 16 bases.
They didn't get on base either.
I was gonna say their on base the team was like 180.
Right, but the whole team stole 16 bases.
They're on base 6 times.
No one stole more than 4, and that was Dyson, who's like an elite stolen base guy. So,
yeah, but he was also only here for. He played in like 7 games.
He played 21 games.
God, last year sucked.
I mean, really though, too, right? Just to throw it out there, since we joked and talked about the Pirates on base was worst in baseball, obviously, at a 284. Their on base was a 284 last year. Like most teams' averages are about that. So them having just that many stolen bases isn't totally surprising in that sense.
And I'm sure Kevin Stallings was on base most of that time.
And think about too, like who are the guys that are stealing bases? I mean, it wasn't Kevin Newman; he wasn't getting on base. Like Adam Frazier wasn't getting on base.
Gregor Polanco didn't have a working body part.
Right.
Cole Tucker hasn't seen the first base in 2 years.
I mean, that could be a fair point, Jim. But at the same time, there's lots going against the Pirates that number just that's why it's so
like
bad.
Really though. Who was on base last year? Colin Moran. He ain't sweating bags.
Yeah, I'm saying Colin Moran.
Kevin Stallings.
Like they're our best hitters.
Or
they're not
Jacob Stallings, Kevin Stallings. God.
But to Jim's point,
Stallings,
they were third to last. The only teams worse was Milwaukee and Minnesota. Surprisingly enough, teams that did hit.
Well, Minnesota didn't have anybody on base ever. They just hit home runs.
That's true. Nelson Cruz wasn't stealing any bases.
No.
All right. So I took the over. I guess it's on me.
Yeah.
And this one goes to Jim. All right, Jim. So finally, we joked around, gave you Hartley. We joked around and gave you an Alford. Let's be real. Let's go ahead and give you your boy here. Ke'Bryan Hayes. Over and under 1 MVP this year. No, I'm joking. So Ke'Bryan Hayes slugging. If you say he's the real deal.
Ooh, okay.
His slugging percentage at a 4.799. When I looked at this, I think it put him just outside the top 10 or 12-ish third baseman in 2019.
4.79.
4.799.
That's high.
That's also like 200 points lower than his season last year.
Right.
Yeah, but if we're looking at like a 280 hitter, we're talking like a pretty big ISO there.
He's hitting a lot of doubles.
4.799.
480.
Jeez.
1.14 ISO. Oof.
I'm gonna go with I'm going over. I think he's the real deal. I said it earlier. He's the real deal. You're looking at a 5-WAR season from Ke'Bryan Hayes. He's going to be over.
So basically, it needs to be like a 200 ISO.
He's hitting 320.
You can't hit 320.
315.
I don't know if he's in 320, but he's at least hitting 280.
And then you're looking at a 200 ISO.
Yeah, looking at 200 ISO.
I like it. That's the balls I wanted to see out of Jim today. I felt it coming on too. I actually had this higher and I went lower because I was a little bit worried. I was like, that's still really aggressive. Because a lot of them guys are like a 130, 135, 140, like way to run Creative Plus. So I'm like, I mean, that's that's for Ke'Bryan Hayes, but you're still going over. I like it.
Yep. I'm going
he
over.
He could be very good and still be below that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, very true.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's a 5-WAR player, as Jim is mentioning. He's probably going to have to be about that.
All right. Tyler now, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, me to Tyler. Let's mix it up a little bit. Let's get a little weird. Colin Moran. How many over under speed home plate to first base? 4.855 seconds.
Tyler's just like looking at a wall right now.
4.855
Everything's just trying to process.
Seconds. Home to first. To give you an idea, right? So I'll give you.
What was his average last year?
So 4.855. Last year, he was at. Where are we at here? Running. Last year, he was 4.86. Year before, he was 4.58. Year before, he was 4.62.
Oh, he's got the quarantine 15. I guarantee it.
So 4.855 would be slightly faster than last year.
And you're asking me how many times goes over under that?
No, just his average speed home plate to first for the year.
Oh, then he'll be slower than that.
He was in the 6th percentile in Major League Baseball last year.
Yeah, Pirates have like one of the slowest teams ever. Like Todd Frazier, Colin Moran, Kevin Stallings, God, Jacob Stallings. I'm going with he's going to be slower than that. You don't get faster.
He got faster in 2019.
He ain't getting faster.
All right.
He has
to get 1/100th of a second faster to beat it.
He ain't doing that.
Okay. You're over then.
Oh yeah. All right, we'll throw it back to Jim for one of his guys. Jeff Hartlieb, over under 3 saves.
Oh my god.
No, we'll call it 2.5 saves.
Okay.
So we don't have a push.
That's Hartlieb. 2.5. I'm gonna say under.
You don't think he gets like one of them lame saves that aren't real saves?
Yeah, I'm gonna say under. He could get 1 or 2. I don't think he's getting 3.
Or it's going to win 3 games. So.
Yeah, I'm under.
That's fair. That's one that I think could go either way. You could end up with like 7 or 8 if
Yeah, I agree.
dominoes fall the right direction. But
True. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. So now,
sure is. I'm guessing I stole one of your questions.
Yeah, well, it was another guy for saves. I don't want to have like all kinds of save questions, so I just changed it. So okay, so this is kind of weird too, in a sense, but so Adam Frazier, Tyler, this is for you.
Oh,
and I'll tell you why I picked this number. Okay, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Frazier, 107.5 days as a Pittsburgh Pirate. What that is takes you through the last day of the All-Star break. So more or less, is he traded before or after the All-Star break? It's before the trade deadline.
I'm going under. There's no reason to keep him. He's got to go. I'm gonna be honest. If you gave me 10 days, I would probably still say it should be less.
If I give you 10 days, you'd still say under?
I would say he should be here less than 10 days.
Well,
because there's no point to have him right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, unless the offers are terrible or not existent. But apparently they're not, because we heard, in the early offseason that they were all over the place. So,
yeah, I'd go under on that one. I think he's definitely a guy that gets dealt.
I kind of feel the same way. Like, I feel like if he can, especially, I mean, the way he's hitting now, he's not going to. But it's like if he gets off to a hot April, I feel like, boom, do it.
And if he doesn't, it could DFA him if he has a very bad season. What's the point? Could be O'Neal Cruz hitting 3.5 homers.
There you go. You realize if Frazier gets traded, it opens the door up for the 3.5 homers.
It does. 4 for 4. He's going to go 4 for 4 on May 5th and then never hit a home run the rest of the year.
His major league debut, 4 for 4, 4 bombs.
Right.
That's a good one. I think it's going to be over. It needs to be over.
Does he get traded?
Well, I think you're wrong.
I think he gets traded, but
more at the deadline.
I think it's closer to the deadline. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Jim,
okay.
You're up.
I'm up, and it's going to you, right? All right. Let's ask another Ke'Bryan Hayes question. Ke'Bryan Hayes over under 14.5 defensive runs saved.
Wow. 14.5. That is aggressive.
That is aggressive. Keep in mind, last season,
it's doable.
Last season, he did 4. He did 4 in his 24 games.
Okay, so damn, Jim.
At 14.5, that would put him as the third best third baseman in baseball, behind Chapman and Arenado.
But those are ridiculous. And Chapman's got like 20 every year almost, it seems, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both Arenado and Chapman were both actually close to like 30.
Arenado had 13 last year and 23 the year before.
And those 13 came in 60 games. So
right.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, if he is as advertised, and we've seen it, he can do that. I have to say yes. Over. I have to go over. I have to. That's a damn good defensive player. But that's what he is a damn good defensive player. I'm going on the over.
I'm with you.
Right. I wanted to even set it a little bit higher, but I felt like that was being a little aggressive. But no, I think 14.5. I mean, 14.5, you're the third best defensive third baseman in baseball. So, I mean, that's something.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, because think about it. And those two are elite defensive players.
Mm-hmm. All right, am I back to DiNardo here? Is that right? I don't remember where I stopped.
Yeah.
Or am I on Jim? I don't know.
So
I think.
Yeah, because I gave you Hartley.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Oh, let's see here. DiNardo. No, we'll just go with it. Polanco over under. I'll lower it to 95 weighted runs created plus.
Can you go 1-for-1 on opening day? Get injured. I'm gonna hedge my bets, right? With Jim and you here. So, but no. So you say 95?
I'll go 95. Plus? Yep.
I mean, again, like I just want to believe so much, but the under is so easy here. You know, like everything's in my favor to say the under. I mean, we know he's got the power. Like Jim says, the StatCast is there, but he swings and he doesn't connect, and he hasn't had it for a while now. But there's two people on this team that I'm an apologist for. It's Chad Cole and Gregory Polanco, right? I'm more bullish on Chad Cole, but Polanco, I mean, I so want to see it. And I know there's something there. But if I'm going to play it, and I want to be the smartest, I want to be the best pirate person in the world, right? I have to go with the under. And it's almost, I forget who it was, but I hope I'm wrong. Just like one of you guys said, oh, Alfred or Jim. Like I hope to God I am wrong on this, but I am just going to go with the under. Play it safe. He'll have a 94.
Probably the smart move, but I think you're a pussy for it.
Good. I'm out here for blood. I'm out here to win. All right. Oh, I guess it's my turn. So this goes back to Jim. Okay. I think you'll like this one. And so Brian Reynolds, all right, had a bad year last year. He's always hit for pretty good average. And maybe a little foreshadowing here as well. Let's talk about the power Jim. So Brian Reynolds in his 2021 season, his over and under of 17.5 home runs. And this actually is like pretty much right in line with Steamers and all them.
Zips is 16, Steamer 17. Yeah. I will go over 17.5 home runs. I think he gets right around 20. So I think that's kind of where he just kind of lands and ends up. But that's a good number. It's a real good number. It could definitely be like 14, 15, 16, you know. But I'm going to say over.
Let me ask you.
That's being aggressive. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Would you have said the same thing on Tuesday night?
On Tuesday night? Yeah, I would have said the same. Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
Yeah, I would have.
I like that, though.
All right.
I think that's a very fair number.
Yeah, that was a good one. All right, it's Tyler, right? We'll me to Tyler.
Yep.
Cody Bolton. Cody Bolton over under 9.5 starts.
Can you guys stop taking my stuff?
I'm gonna go under. I think there's too many guys that should get starts before. I'm not saying they will. 9 starts that's a good chunk. I mean, you're going. What do you get? 6 a month, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's over a month of. That's about a month and a half of being a starting pitcher. I'll go under.
You figured 2 Tommy Johns. You got a Brault trade, a Cool trade. The Tyler Anderson trade.
That's true. If you have 2 Tommy Johns, then that
Well, you
puts
said
him
under.
up there, right? No, but you said over.
No, I just gave the over under. I'm the bookmaker.
You put an asterisk next to it and said, "Make sure you say that Tyler says he thinks it's over."
I might have done that.
All right, so you're saying under.
I am saying under on that one.
All right.
What do you think, Nardog?
I think that's a very fair number too. That's tough. I kind of like my Polanco thing. I think I feel like I'll play the odds and say under, but I think it'll be. You said 6, right?
I said 9
Or
and a
9.
half.
You said 9. Oh, that's See,
That's
feel
a
like
month and a half of starts.
I think it'd be kind of difficult to do more than that. It's like 9 seems like a really good. That's a month and a half. Like to me, that's after the trade deadline. You're up there, you know. So
That's 2
Man.
months.
You know, I'll go ballsy. I'll go over. He makes a spot start here and there. After the trade line, there's a spot cleared up. He pitches the rest. I'll go over. He gets 10.
You're an idiot.
I'll see you on
All right, I'm
October
back.
1st. We'll see who's an idiot.
I'm back on Jim. We'll go David Bednar.
You don't know who
Over
he is.
under. He's from Pittsburgh. I know who he is. Over under 15 innings pitched.
Over.
I
mean, I
don't
think-
think he makes. I don't think he's good enough to be in the bullpen. To be honest with you.
I'm saying over. I'm saying over. I think he's on the opening day roster, and I think he sticks around for quite a while.
I love it at Donardo. Guest appearance. 15 was probably a little low.
No, I'm over.
Okay.
I would have to take the over on that too.
I was going to bump it up to like 20, but
The other thing too is like, again, they're just going to need people to pitch innings. I mean,
Even if
you
you're
pitch
not
innings-
good, you're probably
Yeah.
going to see innings. Yeah. I mean, like no
What if
one
I
on this
bumped
team
it
is
up?
good. So
would you go over like 25? Or you think he's throwing 40 this year?
I would probably go over 25.
if you would have said 25, I would have gone over.
I completely disagree, but okay.
I mean, like
Guess we'll
unless
find out
obviously,
what this is for.
unless injury, you know, unless he's one,
Yeah, I mean,
he's
he
the
could
guy that
definitely-
gets Tommy.
He could
John.
get hurt. If he gets Tommy John, then I'm in trouble. Yeah. I'm in trouble twice. Yeah, I'm going over.
All right, so it's to me now, right? And then it's to
Yes.
Tyler. Okay, all right, Ty. So I'm sticking.
Yes.
These two guys have been used, but I've changed enough of your questions already from everyone else. So I'm sticking back with Edgar Santana. I won't go with saves here. So let's just go with appearances. I guess this will tell us if you think he's better than Bednar. So Edgar Santana with 49 and a half appearances this year.
Ooh. 49 and a half's a lot, and he's a guy that's probably gonna that puts him at, I would say, in the 50s innings wise, because he's not a guy that's gonna come in for 1 or 2 outs.
So, and just so you do know, so when he was not suspended and when he was playing in 2018, he had 69 games, a very nice number,
Okay.
66.1 innings.
I'll go over.
Over?
I think you throw him into the ground. Who cares? Like you guys said, you need someone to eat innings. Might as well have a PED user.
There you go. Hopefully he gets Tommy John too. No, just joking. All right, so we got the
Who's
over
up?
now. Jim is up to ask.
I am up to ask you. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do another weird one here. Steven Brault as a hitter.
Oh,
Steven Brault as a hitter.
I like this.
His average exit velocity 87.51. 87.49.
Okay. I was waiting to get the 0.5 home runs.
87.49 mile per hour average exit velocity.
And I didn't get to read it. I know there's an article came out today about what the 5 pitchers that are looking, because this is the last year everyone feels like they're going to be able to hit. Like, this is it. After 2021, there'll never be a pitcher that hits again, I guess, unless you're like Ohtani, So like these guys are pretty excited and motivated to do something this year. And if you're, Steven Brault, what do you got to lose? You're on a terrible team. Make a little bit of a name of yourself, get some marketability. You're going to be going to another team here soon for some reason. So let's do it. Let's have some fun. Let's go in the over. Steven Brault, he's going to be our best hitter this year. There's also a bold take.
If it's 87.5 in his 4 years of hitting, he's been over that twice. He's been under it twice.
So that's a good number.
So,
yeah, let's do it. Let's go over. He's motivated. He's not a father, right? He's not going to have like the dad
strength.
The dad strength coming in, but I feel he's motivated. Let's do it. Let's go over on him.
Okay.
There you go.
And a 173 weighted run created plus for Steven Brault.
Didn't he just tell us he was here to win?
I mean, Brault had a 105 weighted runs created plus in 2019. He literally was one of our best hitters.
There was a reason why they were talking about him playing the outfield.
Yeah.
And then Neil Huntington got fired.
He hit 333. He slugged 429.
It's Brian Hayes right there.
Yeah.
He's the real deal. 5 WAR player coming from Steven Brault.
This one going from me to Donardo, is that right?
I believe, yeah.
Sounds right.
No, you to me.
Me. Okay, whatever. All right. Then Todd Frazier over under 7.5 homers. Not as a Pirate, just in the season.
Over. I think he's around 10, somewhere in that area. He's going to get a lot of pinch hit opportunities. He's going
even as a platoon.
Yeah, I think so.
The wrong side of a platoon.
I think Frazier gets like 350 at bats this season. So I'll say over.
And I was going to say too, but like, what if Colin Moran trade happens and that frees him up? Or what if a Todd Frazier trade happens and
he's a bench bat somewhere?
Yeah, it's probably true that too.
Or DH on an American League team.
Oh, that's right, Tyler.
Okay,
you're dumb.
That's fair.
You're dumb, Tyler.
No, I'll say over. I think he gets to like 10-ish.
Okay.
So is it me now to Jim?
You
all right, Jim.
No. He just asked me, so it's you to Tyler.
We're so stupid.
Jim's got it wrong, but it's okay.
I might have been wrong.
It's fine.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Is this like I'm on my last question, I think.
Yeah, I got 2 more. But so all right. So
I've asked each of you 4.
Yeah, I think we've all done our 4, right?
Yeah.
Tyler probably just asked his first of the 5th. Either way, okay. So Tyler, let's go back to Cody Bolton. It sucks because so here's how I preface, and this is funny because this is really similar to what your question was. I'll just ask it correctly. So the over and under, right, of Cody Bolton's ERA compared to Mitch Keller. So essentially, right, who has the better ERA?
I'm going to go with, because Bolton could get those relief appearances that could I'm gonna go Keller.
So Keller has the better ERA?
Yeah, because I think that Bolton's gonna throw so few innings that one bad outing is gonna make it look really bad.
All right. So then we'll go with over. So you say his ERA is over Mitch Keller's.
Correct.
All right. Cool.
I would agree with that. I just think, and also more on the lines of, I think Keller just, he has the potential. He could have a really good year.
Mhm.
So, I mean, you also have that in effect. Bolton could also go out there and throw 8 innings and give up 1 run and have a 1.8 ERA. Oh, you never know.
Right. And I'll say too, Tyler talked me with this whole discussion about the 9.5 starts. Like in my head, I was thinking a lot less than that. So I'm like, he could go out there for 5 starts and just have like you said, a 1.8 ERA, and barely have any innings pitched, and that's why too. So, all right, cool.
All right,
Jim, you're up. Asking, I don't even know who anymore.
I'm asking Tyler. Let's go ahead and go with Kyle Crick. Average velocity on his slider of 79.49 miles per hour. 79.5, basically.
Trying to think of where it's usually at.
So last year, it dipped way down, right? And was 77.1. Year before that, it was 81.5. Year before that, it was 81.5. And his last spring training outing, he just struck somebody out on an 80.1 mile an hour slider.
Going under. I don't think, from what I've read, the velocity is not back yet. So I'm going to go under on it. Even on the fastball velocity is not there. All right, under. That's not a bad thing. You can throw a slider 78 and be fine. Just get guys out.
All right. Well, when the slider.
What do you want, DiNardo?
I'm not changing my question. I'm done with you guys.
Was it real close to that?
Just go.
Well, let's see. Tyler, you're next. I think, Tyler, you're asking DiNardo now.
This is my last question. DiNardo. Over under 0.5. North Shore 9 references by Michael McHenry on broadcasts.
Ooh.
Let's see. How much? I just got $1,400 of my stimulus. Do I want to go ahead and bribe Michael McHenry? Will he take $1,400 to say North Shore 9? It has to be said by him, right?
Yeah.
So then I guess also I gotta get my tweet game, right? I'm gonna tweet at Bucks Booth like all the time, and that way hopefully they can say North Shore 9 on there. I'm gonna go under.
Wow, you're soft.
I'm going under. Yeah, I don't know if McHenry's going to go ahead and say North Shore 9 on the broadcast. Now, he might say juxtaposable or whatever that
Juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. It could be part of our game where we just give them words. And all right, now what if we just every game? All right, this one say north, next one say side, next one say 9. Does that count?
No, because it's not North Shore 9.
That would be North Side 9. That'd be a mix of mine and
I was gonna say Ryan said that over 1.5 times.
North Shore, North Side
North Shore
9,
Notch.
North Shore Notch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go under. I'll definitely play safe on that one. I don't feel like we're gonna hear him say North Shore 9 on the broadcast 2 times. Or
I said 0.5
or 1 time.
Okay, well, I'll make sure you lose this. Bet.
He's going to drop it like the very last game. Just, like it's the last game, who cares type of thing. He's just going to say it. And like no context. He's just going to be like, North Shore 9, back to you, Greg. Okay. So,
or just, we're going to get the lineup. It's going to be, and let's take a look at the North Shore 9 today.
Oh, you're right. He's going to. Because, of course, there's a reason it's called North Shore 9, but people don't realize that. He is.
Ooh, that is true.
Because Chicago does that all the time. They call them the North Side Nine all the time.
But who's going to pay attention enough for us to notice it?
That's also true. And it's not like we can go back to the broadcast because we'll get, copyright. All right. So here's my last one. I'm asking it to Jim. And if you remember, I said this question's for Jim, right? And Jim corrected me and said, no, it's Tyler. So I was supposed to ask this first. So that's why I'm keeping it, because Jim, you're getting it. Here's my question, unchanged. Kyle Cricks, over and under his average on his four-seamer, 93.99.
Under.
Seems very high.
Well,
it was 95.3 in 2019.
I was gonna say,
but then
still,
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
It lost 4.5 miles per hour last year. Now I do think it'll creep. I think it'll creep back up a little bit.
His last outing, he was hitting 93, like 7, 94. He hit a few times, so he's there. But of course, will it last?
Yeah, I'm gonna say under.
All right, another non-believer.
All right, one last question, I believe, and it's for Donardo. I had to switch this one up because we asked some other questions that were kind of similar to what I was going to ask. So we're going to go with Richard Rodriguez. Richard Rodriguez. Over, under 9.5 home runs given up.
Ooh. Yikes. All right, I gotta look at him, because that is his issue. So what did he do? All right. If I get his
2018, he gave up. Yeah,